Are we in this thing? Is the melanin on and activated? Yes, it is. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your girl, Miss P. I hope that you are doing fabulous, darling. I am doing well. Make sure to go ahead and thumbs up this video. I'd really appreciate it. Subscribe if you have not already. And make sure you opt in for the peace, love, and all that good stuff newsletter. And follow your girl on social media at MissTP90. Last episode of Love and Hip Hop, I asked you all, what was your favorite R&B female group? And I say the top three had to be Destiny's Children, TLC, and then SWV in that order. On this review, I'm gonna get into Destiny's Children. Let's do it. Did they get that from Jackson's An American Dream? You remember when Katie was like, I don't want you, I don't want you, I don't want you. Yeah. I love Destiny's Child. I can't believe their last album was in 2004, Destiny Fulfilled. My favorite Destiny's Child album, I wore out The Writings on the Wall. So I'm probably gonna go with The Writings on the Wall, then Destiny Fulfilled, Survivor, Destiny's Child, and then of course the 8 Days of Christmas. That's how I'm gonna put that. Down below in the comment section, I would love to know, what was your favorite Destiny's Children song? Let's talk about it down below. Oh yes, it's time to get into this love and hip hop review. Oh my God, this episode, I have to say, was kinda for me. It was just, yeah. Next episode gonna be good, I feel like it's gonna be good, but you know how VH1 does. Last season, I talked a lot about Shooter, how I thought he was a slime ball. I hated everything that happened with him and Sierra, and even though I still feel the same way, I absolutely hate what happened to his son. It's heartbreaking and it's so sad. I've seen a lot of gun violence in my own backyard, in my own neck of the woods in the last couple of months, and it's heartbreaking with people that I know and that are close to me, and it's hard to even stomach and fathom that things are going on like that in your own neighborhood. And the worst part is, a lot of these go unnoticed. Of course, we see this on the news, we see it on Love and Hip Hop, we see it everywhere, but a lot of this is going on in your own backyard, your own schools, your own neighborhood. It's very, very sad because most of this violence is over things that are so petty or nothing at all, which is the worst part, and there's no justice half the time. Okay, I won't say there's no justice anytime, but half the time there's no justice, and half the time it's black on black crime. Unfortunately, this happens way too much with kids nowadays because I hate to say it, but social media is a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because you're able to see so many things and you don't have to wait, but at the same time it's a curse because you see everything and you don't have to wait. And I do agree with Shooter, you can't fight fire with fire. You do have to put the fires out with all types of love, but at the same time I really feel like platforms like this are really the catalyst for a lot of things that are happening nowadays. That's all you see on TV now, that's all you see on social media, that's all you see on the news is negative things. And the funny thing, the positive stuff doesn't really get a lot of shine. It's so heartbreaking because a lot of people cleave to negativity. Right now with these reviews that I do, if Love and Hip Hop, half the time if it's no drama, they're not fighting, I deem that as, oh, that was boring, I didn't like that episode. It's crazy what we're programmed to think and what we're programmed to deem as, ooh, that's entertainment. It's crazy. Shooter said that he hasn't heard a lot from Sierra since the funeral, and he was saying, who's gonna be there for me? And I think that was real messed up. I can understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, that was her stepson too. Both of you all are grieving. Both of you all are going through, I guess, a separation. And how you all handle things is totally different, especially with what happened previously. Half the time when a death happens, people either come together or they grow further apart. Now, as far as Sierra and Shooter, I don't know what's gonna happen because, I mean, they went through something really, really traumatic before this trauma happened. Tommy in her rain jacket are meeting with her mama. Child, you know what? Tommy is dripping with sauce. Can't nobody just head up the Starbucks in a rain jacket and it ain't even raining. Samantha was saying, the mama was saying how she was disappointed with what happened with Tommy and Versace and how they just couldn't get it together and they couldn't all get along, and why can't we just sit down and have a good conversation without somebody throwing hot chocolate. She was like, all of my kids are stubborn and they're hot-tempered, and I'm looking like, all the characteristics of you. You all are mirroring each other. Tommy was like, look, I'm not moving forward with rodents. I was like, oh my God. An apology is due for me. And just like I said in my Real Housewives review, when people want apologies, yes, people do want an apology, but people want a genuine apology. People want you to bring up what you did and then say, I apologize. And you can never deem what is an appropriate apology, what's a genuine one, what isn't, because it's all perception at the end of the day. So half the time we can't say, well, she said she was sorry. It's up to Tommy to accept the apology or not. And I'm glad that her mama brought that up. Like, okay, if I do sit you down with your sister, are you going to accept the apology? Are you even going to listen to her without putting some paws on her? That was a word from Samantha. You want an apology, but can you accept it? I said, oh my God. Girl, whoa. Samantha wants a family portrait before something happens. I said, oh my God. Like, I was even sitting there like, you want a family portrait? You really want a family portrait? I felt about like time. The best thing you can do is crop that girl. Crop her, put her on the side. Get that from Mona Me, honey. Get a nice one with the backdrop. Just put her in there on the side, because there's no way. I really don't see it. Flathead ass Kirk goes to see Jasmine at his attorney's office, and granted, they haven't seen each other because they've only been talking through their attorney so that she can get her child support, and she good. She hasn't seen, oh, I'm sorry, he hasn't seen Cannon. Cannon's going on 2 years old. He hasn't seen him in like over a year since everything happened. And he was basically like, look, I'm trying to lay low. Do you know all the shat I had to go through just to get you your coins? You good? And she's sitting here like, yeah, he got his money. Everything's cool. Like, look at me. I done glowed up a little bit. But at the same time, you need to see your son. Why haven't you seen him? Like, does his brothers and sisters know they got a new little brother? Like, I even headed up the press. He was like, skirt. That's where we're going to stop at. You have to have some boundaries, sweetheart. You just can't go up depressed, okay? Rashida, she's embarrassed. She don't even like that. She don't want to talk about it. So the last thing you need to do is head up there. And you know what? I had to do like this for Kirk. Good job for bringing that up. And I had to do like this too for little Jasmine. I mean, there was no arguing. They were speaking like they had some sense. I was like, good job. Okay. Jasmine isn't with the dynamic duo anymore. I forgot their names. You remember last season she was with the little dude who just got out of jail, and then the other little girl, and oh my God, it was too much. The triangle was crazy. Flathead ass Kirk was like, look, you just can't be a Pop-Tart. You can't be popping up everywhere. I'm gonna work on seeing my son and bringing him into everybody's lives except for Rashida. We just got to give her some time, honey, and we'll work on it. And she was like, okay. He was like, you got some pictures or anything like that so I can see the baby? I'm sitting here like, damn, you ain't even seen pictures or video of the child. Cannon, Lord, he's so adorable. Lord have mercy. Oh, yes, they made that. Good gracious. Look at that. Sean Garrett's too little hat-headed ass is dating Carly Red. I said, okay, I guess he when he was at the, I forgot Sean Garrett, he has a little voice, but either way, they were ying around the house, and they're dating or whatever, and they have like a real heart-to-heart conversation about their families. And Carly divulges that, hey, my dad was sick, he had a heart attack, and now he has cancer, and I'm the one who needs to take care of him, but I don't know how I feel about that because he wasn't in my life. And Sean was like, hold up, boo-boo. I mean, maybe this is a lesson, something you have to learn. Maybe this is what God has for you. I was like, all right, Elder Garrett, come on through, give her a word. She loved what he said, opened up her robe and was like, here you go, daddy. He was like, all right. So we'll see how it goes with Sean and Carly. I don't know. I feel like every single time we see Carly with somebody, the chat don't work. Especially, now honestly, I thought her and Life would go make it. I really did. Sean and her, we'll see. I see a little, he seems more sincere than everybody else that I've seen her with. So we'll see how this goes. But child, I'm not even gonna hold my breath. I'm not gonna hold it. All the shooters dudes are trying to keep him in good spirits and keep him busy. And there's this community event, and we get introduced to some new cast members. Hey Bachi, I guess that's his name, and Keely is his girlfriend, and Keely and Shooter are like brother and sister, okay, or whatever. And Jock is in the mix of that. Shooter was like, look, I feel like a divorce is near, and everybody was like, what? Keely was like, I think so. If she off doing her thing, you need to be doing your thing. I got a friend of mine that you can meet, and I'm sitting here like, whoa, get a man some Gatorade so that he can quench his thirst, man. Calm down. Jock has, oh my God, he's been making some sense this season. He was like, whoa, I really don't think this is the right time for Shooter to jump into a new situation. Like, Shooter and Sierra need time. Well, actually, on the other hand, they might need some time to see if they want to be with other people or not. Everybody does what they want to do because Shooter did it last season. So, Sierra, she can spread her little wings if she wants to. And Shooter, I don't think it's the right time for him just because of everything that's been going on personally with him. But if he want to spread his wing, go ahead and do it. But Keely, stay out of that, bruh. Chill. Milk Dub flathead ass is meeting up with Rashida so that he can tell her what had happened was with Jasmine, and she was like, okay, that's nice, that's good, you're an amazing father, and I feel like you should be in Cannon's life, and that's wonderful. And he was like, thank you. On to good news. As far as you working out, I feel like I got you a new deal. You just gotta read over it and sign it. And she was like, skirt. Hold up. First of all, sir, haven't we been talking about being honest and open? Can you let me know before you even put a deal on the table? I did agree with Rashida on that. How you gonna push through on deals and not tell Rashida? And then he wanna slide on in there talking about, and it's we did such good business together under the same roof. And I was like, no, sir, too soon. You're not coming back. I'm sorry. I'm speaking for Rashida. No. Oh, it's time for the family portrait. It's a 70s theme. I said, oh my God, good times. Oh Lord, Samantha didn't tell Tommy that it wasn't just a sit down. I was like, she's the last person that you want to tell you gonna do something and you don't do it, or it's something and then it's something else. Tommy's the last person you want to just put something on. Ambush. It was an ambush. I don't care what her mama said. That was an ambush. Tommy was drinking, child. I knew it wasn't gonna be good. As soon as she walked up in there and took the shades off, I was like, Tommy all the while is like, nah, this ain't gonna be good. Y'all ambushed me. Versace comes over and was like, look, can we talk? She was like, about what? She was like, look, I apologize, but at the same time, I feel like you should be apologizing too. Tommy was like, I'm never gonna apologize. And that's when everything went to shit. It was a lot of, you a dirty hoe, dirty bitch. It was a lot of hollering. I was just like, then it turned into Samantha versus Tommy. I was like, where the hell did that come from? And ultimately, that was too sad to watch. Both of them going back and forth, calling each other a bitch, and Samantha calling her ugly. And I was like, it was, oh my God, it was too much to watch at the end of the day. It was just too much. And I just sat there looking at it like, damn. All the family putting their coats on, Samantha thinking they going back out there to finish the shoot. I was like, no ma'am, wrap it up. It's time to go home. No. I really feel like everybody should have had a sit down first. You don't just say, hey, come to Olin Mills so that we can take these pictures. No. I used to get all my summer photos at the Olin Mills and also Walmart because they had the good package deals too. Speaking of drama, that's Brittany. Y'all remember her from the last episode or the episode before last. She was fighting with Erica Mena and Estalita. She was performing and I liked her little song. I was like, you better go ahead, girl. That was Bachi's event. Keely is there. She doesn't normally come to his events because he doesn't know how to keep his hands and his phone to himself. And Jock is there babysitting. I loved it. It was so fun. That was funny to be basic. She's telling Jock she doesn't like that there are no boundaries with her boo. And I'm sitting there like, you know what? It's kind of like you needing to know your boundaries when it comes to other people's relationships too. It makes sense. The scene with Keely and Bachi was too damn much. He's sitting there putting his shoes up on the table. He like, girl, God bless you. She putting her drink on him. It was too damn much. I was sitting here like, you know that scene. The scene, it was too rehearsed in my opinion. I see you when you get home. I don't know who home you going to. I was like, as the world turns, honey. I don't care what type of profession that you have. You need to have some level of professionalism in any aspect of what you do, especially if you're in a relationship. Like, there is a cutoff for what you will do and what you will not do, even when your partner is there. But when they're not there, that's when it counts. Of course, with Baji, he gotta mingle and, hey girl, here's the number, whatever. But all that extra, gotta cut that out. Little Keely good girl. This is what you wanted, Puddin'. Instead of mingling in shooters relationships and whatnot, you need to be working on yours. Carly's dad is visiting and her sister comes through, and basically they're trying to figure out what they're gonna do for their dad. And honestly, I'm glad that she is showing this on TV because it's real life. These things happen. Over time, things are gonna happen out of the blue and you're gonna have to figure it out and pick up the pieces. Just Brittany is meeting up with Keely to talk about what had happened was with Enchilada as the leader and Erica Betta. I thought that was funny. I'm gonna call her Enchilada from now on. And she also wants advice on Stevie. And you know what? Keely said something that made me go, how about I'll be your project manager with Danger Zone? This way we can keep everything all cool and there won't be no blurred lines. I was like, now you know what, Keely? That's the best thing you done said all episode. We see Tommy just walking. I'm like, where the hell is she going? She's meeting up with Scrap's ex-boo. And I'm sitting here like, where did that come from? I even forgot what the girl's name was. I said, what the hell? Is Scrap still in jail? Child, this is gonna be some mess. This episode altogether is kind of like, what? Down below in the comment section, I would love to know what is your favorite Destiny's Children's album and or song. And also, what did you think about this episode of Love and Hip Hop ATL? Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you on the next video. Peace, love, and all that good stuff. God bless. Bye.